Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 7 Premium Russian Destroyer, the Leningrad. Now, my captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, Concealment, and ATF. There's only 17-point captain. My modules will be Protect My Main Battery, DMCOM 1, Better Aiming, and Faster Rudder Shift. Now, as you can all see, we're on my favorite map, and we are bottom tier. I'm divvied up with my good friend Troll from Kraken, and he is in his Russian cruiser, the Shores. Now, my game plan is probably no big secret to anybody who's been here, but I always believe BC is better on mountain range. I'm not going to bother typing it in because most of the ships are on BC, and I'm just going to treat the guys at A as, well, a delaying force, pawns, or whatever. It may be a little harsh to do that, but sometimes you got to do harsh things. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go to B. There's only two DDs per side, but there is plenty of radar to go around. I believe there's a Missouri on the enemy team, a Chapayev, an Indianapolis, and a Baltimore, which means their radar ranges from 11.7 kilometers all the way down to, what would it be, 9 kilometers? And my torps are only 8 kilometers long. Now, what I'm doing in B is I'm slowing down and going to start reversing and turn. In case something comes in to spot me, I have a fast exit. Now, this thing doesn't have horrific concealment, but I do believe the Gaja and the Mahan can out spot me. Now, the way we can check that is if you haven't played a ship, as you can see, I just held control, clicked over the ship, and you can see all the lovely stats come up. And I only have a concealment of 6.6. The other way to do it in-game is that's one way. The other way is to hold down H. Like if you're playing a ship you haven't played for a while, you're going to hold down H to see some of your stats, like shooting and smoke, air detectability, like if you don't have some of the stuff clicked on. Just a little tip in case you guys were unaware of this. Now, as you can see, the enemy have a decent ball of ships behind C. But what I'm trying to do is really just keep the spots on these guys. Do a little bit more of the traditional DD role. Maybe drop torps, keep things spotted, instead of, gunboat, which is really what this destroyer is. At the end of the day, this is a gunboat DD, but it can be used to send torpedoes. 6.6 kilometer detection, and this is a stealth build. And you have 8 kilometer torps. So you can stealth torp in this ship. But as you can see, I'm sending a bunch of torps really right at that gob. Nothing particular targeted. I was just hoping to get something. Maybe get these guys to panic, to push forward. But I'm over here to try to help support these guys on C any way we can. Now, the other thing we can notice by looking at the mini-map, there's one ship at A. Those guys should easily take A. Now, what this is going to do, because the Atago decided to go take A by himself, is we're going to get A and obviously get the ship kill as I get one torpedo hit on something. Unfortunately, I didn't get a flood. Now, the Mahan wisely smokes up. You don't want to go down early, but as you can see, right now the island was concealing me, but the little gap got me spotted by the Gajamata. But what I want to do here is use my guns, but I didn't know if the island for sure was going to conceal me, which is why I didn't pop my smoke right away. Oh, gotta get back to this view. Which is why I didn't pop my smoke right away. I just sat there fired the one round and, oh crap, I'm spotted, I better pop my smoke. I don't want to give anybody free cheeky hits. Now, I know the Gajamada's torps can never hit me, but I did want to sit behind this island just in case the Mahan did torp. Unfortunately, he got our Cleveland. But more importantly, nothing really can, just take those wild gust shots into sea. Now, as you can see, we are down 3 ships. We did lose our Gaja, which means I'm the last surviving destroyer, which means I have to play a little bit more of the traditional destroyer role instead of gunboat. But you know what? You know me. I'm still going to try to gunboat it up while trying to torp targets. But more importantly, I'm just going to skedaddle off of sea. We really do not need sea. And look at all of those shells coming in. If I would have just stayed there and tried to get it, probably would be walking away, but not with as much health as I have now. We really don't need C because we have A and B. We have 2 caps. We have a cap advantage. Now, of course, the enemy is pushing on to B. Some of those guys from the blob, some of those guys from the A side are finally coming over. But, I know the Gajamada was the one spotting me, but I'm going to take some pot shots in on the BBs while I can. The other thing is, a lot of these guys just really didn't seem to like to shoot at me. So I get a fire on the Lion, which, yay, damage farming. But if he does pop his DCP, great, and somebody else gets something on him, even better. But, you know what, I was just trying to spread the love of my damage. Was going to shoot at the Mahan, but luckily something got it to Cleveland, I believe. So I'm just going to focus on the Scharnhorst and try to keep the cap. Try to make sure that he doesn't get the cap and keep resetting. I'm going to switch targets between the Amagi and the Scharnhorst. Now, of course, I'm not the only one shooting at these guys, but I do reload a little bit faster than everyone else. But it does look like the Tirpitz is shooting the Sharn and has the secondaries on the Amagi, which means, you know what, just him alone is able to keep these things, keep decapping these 2 ships. But I might as well try to help out whatever I can. I'm going to, still switch back and forth, try to set multiple fires. I did notice the battleship, the friendly battleship on the mini-map, which is why I didn't turn earlier, because I would have turned right into him, which is why I did delay my turn. Usually hear us say mini-map, 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 mini-map. You got to have one eye on that mini-map. Especially being a battleship, you have plenty of time to look at the mini-map and judge what is going on, to where if you need to reposition or stay kind of where you are, if you need to angle up, or where that DD was last spotted. But as you can see, I'm taking some shots. I zoom out, reassess the situation. Now, I am trying to get to my div mate to get him smoke. But usually when I zoom out from shooting, it's to pay attention more of what my ship and other ships are doing. I'm trying to get Troll some smoke to keep him alive, because, this game is not in the bag. This has really not been decided yet. They still have a huge chunk of their team inside of sea, and there's their Tier 9 battleships over there still alive and kicking, which one of does have radar, and they're still in Indianapolis and a Chapayev out there. So they still have 3 of their radar ships out there, which is for the most part why I am not smoke shooting. I'm letting Troll use my smoke instead of me, because what I'm going to do is make sure the radar doesn't get close enough to be used against him. He could deal with those guys a little bit quicker than me, just because his shells will do more damage. Now I'm going to stop shooting, go dark, and I'm going to send torps against this lion. Now I want to get this guy as low health as possible, so it's really easy for somebody to finish him off, or, you know what, for the most part, take away his ability to print a new ship. Now, if you did not know, the British get a super heal, which a lot of people have affectionately called print a new ship, which means a lot of the fire damage and stuff like that, they just get it all back. But with torpedoes is considered citadel damage. Well, it does not show up as citadels. Torpedoes are considered citadel damage, which I think they can get like 80% of fire damage, but I think it's only 30 or 40% of citadel damage, which means torpedoes really are the bane of existence for British battleships. They will punish them, they'll put a flood on them, and if their DCP is out and they're flooding, it is not good for them. Now, you know the lion is going to hit his DCP. You know he's going to hit his repair. Just want you to remember that I do believe Troll is shooting at him. Because, of course, I do let him know his DCP's down, so if he can get him to burn. But as you can see, there he goes. He hit the print a new ship button. And I do believe he did or did not sure. But he's not going to be able to get all of that damage back to where, like, if it was 14,000 worth of fire damage. Now, I'm setting up my torpedoes on the Musashi, but I'm trying to stay away from the Chappie, as Troll is able to finish off the lion. Now, maybe the guy's heel was down, but Troll could have gotten a bunch of fires. I do believe he's running IFAG, which means he's eating a lot of damage. But because I put him down so low for my torpedoes, and he's not able to get all that back, it makes him a lot easier for somebody else to kill. Now we're stuck with, let's see, the Chapayev, the Missouri, the Gaja, the Musashi, and an Indianapolis. Now, I decided to wait until I was shooting until I was out of the Chappie's radar range, which is 11.7 kilometers, because if I needed to go dark, I can pop my smoke, go dark, and there's nothing he can do with his radar. As I put one fire on him, as I get a nice 2 torpedoes on the Musashi. Of course, I let everybody know, mainly Troll, that I got a flood on him. Troll has been asking me to get up here to deal with the Gajamata because the Gaja is keeping him spotted. I'm like, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Which is why I decided to start moving back instead of trying to stay in the area and deal with the Chapayev. I will usually try to help out my div mates when they do ask for it, but if there's something else that I need to take care of, you know what, sometimes I will do that, then go help out my div mates. What I will do also sometimes is shoot just to get their eyes off of my div mates. Now I'm sending these torpedoes just in case the Musashi wanted to pull forward, but if I know I get spotted, I know it's by the Gajamata. Luckily, I knew this guy was low health, which is why I immediately, you know, ignored the Musashi and started turning the ship to turn my guns faster. These turrets do turn a little bit slow. Now, I do immediately hit my smoke because I know I'm going to be center of attention. And I just, you know, I just need to break line of sight. Give them a couple seconds to think about it. But with those low help as the Missouri is, it should only take 2 salvos to kill him. 1 to miss, and then obviously 1 to come home and do the actual job. Oh look, it's like I knew the future. But, you know what, I smoked the break line of sight to go dark, and then I fired almost immediately to finish off the ship. you know what? It was well worth the risk. I get him dead. I am now abusing my smoke, which I'm behind, and these guys cannot see me. Indianapolis is too far to radar. Not sure where the Chapayev is. But knowing that the Indy has tier 10 radar, I believe it's only good for 25 seconds, but still, it goes out to 9.9 kilometers, rounded up to 10 kilometers. So if you stay 10 kilometers away, you are fine. Now, me and Troll are having a little bit fun in chat. Guys are begging for me to go get seed. Really, all we got to do is just run and hide. As the chappie gets some shells in on me. But more importantly, if I got these guys' guns looking at me, they're not looking at somebody they could potentially one-hit kill, mainly Troll. They're looking at me. Then it's going to take them time to turn their guns. Troll can get some shots. See their guns are turning. I can shoot. Get their guns to turn back to me. Really just make these guys' life a living hell. As I jokingly say, no, I'm YOLOing. It doesn't matter if they get B. We have A. We just need to keep A. And you know what? If they all three of them go on to B, yeah, I just dip in, grab C, and we're good to go. But there's no way for them to cap B and then get to A to stop the points game. We just have too many. We've had it for too long. And it's pretty much just game over. So instead of boring you guys with little plinking shots, we're just going to go check out the post-battle results. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. I do hope you take something away from it. Some of the reason I chose this one is because usually somebody will say, oh, what do you do if you're bottom tier? What do you do if there's all this radar and this hydro? Woe is me sort of things. You have to know your ship and the capability of the enemy ships. Leningrad is an excellent smoke shooting gunboat, but it really didn't sit in my smoke. I went more of a traditional DD role. Even though their other destroyers can outspot me, I played to the strength of my ship, which was, I can sit at max range, farm damage on ships, and use my speed and maneuverability to keep me safe. And I gave smoke to my allies, mainly my div mate. You know what, and let him utilize it. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.